Good morning, everybody. Maybe it's afternoon, maybe it's evening, who knows? But hello, everyone. Happy Folio Friday. I have a very vague idea of what I kind of maybe want this to look like when I'm done. My idea is not fully formed anywhere at all, so I don't have a prototype to show you. I'm just going to bring you along the creative journey today. So, like I say, I have a vague idea. Doesn't mean it's going to end up looking like that. So, it might all go wrong and we may delete this video. Or, if you've seen this, it didn't turn out too horrendously. So, I got these two papers. I think I'm leaning towards this one because I love the butterfly, or butterflies, but I don't know if it's too much. They are single-sided papers, so I could maybe use some on the other side. Maybe. I need to trim off this white edge. Oh, well, I haven't put my glasses on and I can really tell. Scoot this towards me a little. I obviously didn't scoot that quite enough. So. Right. Oh. So this is now roughly 12 by 12. I say roughly because I'm never convinced that they truly are. Right, I will get my big scoreboard out in a moment, but I'm going to start it with my little scoreboard because my big scoreboard is in centimetres. And when we scrapbook, we measure everything in inches, don't we? I really need to look at getting another big scoreboard because I was really excited to get a big scoreboard. Obviously didn't read the description on it right. Because it absolutely is in centimetres. There's no getting away from it. So, my idea, vaguely, is we will have a centrepiece. We're going to have a upwards flap, we're going to have a downwards flap, and maybe an outwards flap. So, my vague idea is... Can I say vague much more? That I don't know. Because now I've sat down to do it, I just don't quite know. I think I keep deciding this paper goes a different way. I don't know that there's actually a right way for it or a wrong way for it because like that bit of writing goes that way. So I suppose it's non-directional really because there's bits of writing going in all sorts of directions. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. So I think I want minimal cuts really. I don't want to be attaching too many flaps. I was hoping the flaps would be folded, but maybe I'm just making that a bit harder on myself. Maybe I need to cut it down. I don't want it to be too big either. I want it to be a smaller one. Do I? Oh gosh, I don't even know, guys. What you are seeing right now is my indecisive nature, because I am so indecisive, it's unreal. Right, I love this bit up here. So maybe I want that to be the body of my folio. Right, let's just do that. Get the big chopper out again. Right, how wide do we want this? 5 inches? I think I quite like 5. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Right. Don't know why I'm putting that down because I'm going to do it again in a minute likely. Now, do I want it to be trifold? Do I want it to be... I don't want it to be that. But maybe I could have it fold in. And then... Yeah, I think I like that. Right. Wow, Carla, come on. Right, and then fold that in. Okay. So that's one of our folds. So the folio will fold out. And this one also. I think I folded that one right to the fold. We're going to take this one. We need it to come just before the crease, really. Let's just try that again. That's a little better. This one also needs to be just shy of the crease. Yeah, this could be a nice little one. Right, so our folio is going to open and open. And then I want, I think, do I want an upwards flap and a downwards flap? I think that might be cool. Will that be cool? Maybe. So, ruler. Inches, please. This is 3 inches, and this is 3 inches because 12 inches divided by 4 is 3. That's math, Carla. So, this isn't going to fit in my little chopper yet. So, these need to be just shy of 3 inches. Which bit do I want? Do I split the flaps in half and go half up and half down? I think I like that. I think I like that. So we'll have a flap up and a flap down. Flippy flappies! Right, so which side do I want? Right, so we're going, I just headbutt the camera, I'm very sorry. Just one notch under 3 inches. And again, one notch under 3 inches. And that should do my 2 flippy flappies. I don't know what I'm doing with this yet. But this now should, yeah, it should now fit in my little chopper, so I shouldn't need to get the big one out again. Right. So, if I just cut these in half, that will give me plenty of space for my flaps. That sounds quite wrong, doesn't it? So how long are these? 7 inches. So if I cut them to 3.5, that's 2, 3.5. Don't cut it to 3 colour, that would be a little bit of a disaster. Although then I could have a long flap and a short flap, couldn't I? Right. And then I'm thinking I'm going to want to cover the inside so that it's not ugly. What do I want to cover the inside with? Do I go to my good old fail-safe of book page? Because I have about 1 million books. And, oh, where's my glue book? Come on out, please. My glue book that I use for everything. I think that will actually be kind of cute with the, I think these colours go. Yes. Right. See, sometimes when you're feeling inspired, you've just got to start. Do I tear it? Do I want a torn edge? I'm going to need to ink this. Let's do that first. What colour should we ink in today, guys? Shall we? What have we got? What have we got? What's this? Crumb cake. Should we go with something different? Why not? I do need a different... Do I need a different thing for my dauber? It's brown. See, this is a stamping pad, really. We can ink with it though, right? Just a nice quick round, because I think when I cover it with book page, I am going to leave the smallest little edge around so that it doesn't interfere with the creases and the folds, because I don't like when you cover something with book page and then you fold it and it just gets all these wrinkles in the book page. I don't love that. So if I line within each flap or page of the folio, is this going to be a good colour? I think the book page has got a slightly more orange tone to it, but it'll be fine. What I'm thinking as well is that I might attach the flaps first so that I can glue over. Do I want to do that? Do I want to glue over the flaps? So that, like, I'll have the... Yeah, I think I do want to do that. I think. Am I going to want to round corners? Because we all know what I'll do. I'll get down the road with it and then I'll decide I want to round the corners. Just slightly sticking out there. Oh, my little... Ow, that was my elbow. Give it quite. Let's give that another quick. There. Right, put this to one side for now. Now, I don't know if all of you have different daubers for your rings. If I'm using colour ones, that's silly because they're all colour colour. If I have one for black, sort of black grey sort of colours, and I have one for my brown colours. Because I literally have 3 dauber handles. One has a sanded disc on, and then I have the black one and the brown one. And then if I want to do a colour, I either have my little mini daubers, you know, the little finger ones, if it's a small space, or I have some spare discs for that. Like I have a purple one here from something I made the other day. In fact, that was from a waterfall feature that I did in my Facebook group. Not my Facebook group, the Facebook group I'm part of. That sounded really wrong. Right, so these are 3.5. Do I want them to overlap? They could overlap, couldn't they? Okay. So if I just do, because my page is 5 inches long, 5 inches tall, and these are much taller than that. So if I do, how big of a flap? I'm going to put my flap on this side or this one. 1/2 inch seems a little excessive. 1, 2, 3/8. 3/8. I think I broke through it a little there. I did, but it's fine. 3/8 of an inch. One, 2, 3. 3/8. Goodness me. That was meant to fold somewhere I didn't want it to. 3/8. And we should I use my tab board and put a tab on it? That might be nice, mightn't it? Oh, what else could I do? I could add a tab to it, like a different tab. I'll think on that one. Which side? 1, 2, 3/8 of an inch. 3/8. And we'll do that side. 1, 2, 3. Right. So before I put these down, are we adding little tabs to them? Should I separate them a little so they're not all in the middle there? Yeah, I think I like that. One on the end and one in the middle. Then we can do something else here and something else here. Yes, I think. Right. Dee. Do I just round the corners? I might just round the corners. Oh, by round the corners I mean this one, because I'm a little bit obsessed with this one. I even use this one to make tags. Oh, 2 corners on that collar. I mean, I could I? Should I? Do I want to do that? Well, I've done it now. And I'll probably just take that off. Scissors. Take that bit off. I mean, it doesn't matter anyway, it's going to be under the book page. Alright, not to the edge collar. Do we like that? I think I do. Okay, so we're doing top corners too. That flew off somewhere. I always punch mine this way because I find if I do it this way, I don't get it in there right and mess it up. So I like to see that I've got my paper in there right. Get those out of the way. Trim those little bits off. And then I need to ink them and stick them down. I sometimes find when I've used nice papers, I don't want to do much in the way of decoration. So that's sometimes why I don't decorate with you, because the papers are so beautiful, I don't always want to cover them. And sometimes also, I think I've waffled and gone on that long, that I sometimes think you don't really want to spend any more time with me. My videos can get quite long, and who's got time for that? Not everybody loves a long video, and I get that. So maybe that one should have gone on top. Would that be better at the top? Because it can go there. It doesn't really matter which way. Okay. That corner's not stuck down. Right. Oops. Whichever way you want it. Right, and then there's that one. So that one's going to go at the top. You know how I said I just need to ink these and then just didn't ink them? I love that for me. Just make my life that little bit harder, eh? Right, I need to ink, she says, then picks up the glue. Oh dear. Out the way. Yes, I like them. I like it. Right, I'm going to go ink these and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I have inked the flaps, and I had a little trial one with a pocket, with a other flap. As I scored down this edge, I had some cracking that happened and it went right through. So I brainstormed, and you know how we're going to use the page, the book page? Well, we always take the edges off where there's no writing, don't we, like the marginy bits. So I've taken them off and I've just folded them in half, and I'm just going to line it like so, like that, and I'll ink it, and then I think that will look quite cute. I think that's I think that's okay. Once it's inked up and it looks like it's meant to be there. So I have made it so it's going to have a little pocket and a flap. So let's just, this is going to be easy to ink. I mean, it's not going to be easy to ink anyway because it's tiny. I mean, this edge will be easier to ink once it's attached. But I need to ink this edge before it's attached, because once it's attached I won't really be able to get to it. I don't need the full length, but I'm just going to ink down the full length. Right, let's glue this on. So I'll cut it to length first. It's going to be easier to cut this way. I don't know if any of that what I've just done was on camera. There's a lot of fuss in there, wasn't there? Right. Glue. Oops. I don't know if it's going to be easy to do one side first or whack it on, but I'm just going to whack it on. Because I'm not overly concerned about that side, because that's going to be glued down to the page anyway. I was first just going to reach for some washi tape, which obviously would have worked well and would have likely been easier. But I think this is just going to be cute. I mean, this book page is a little delicate, so it's probably not the best reinforcer, but it's what we've gone with. Don't need to ink that because that's going to be glued down. Now this pocket. Corners. See you somewhere. I think I want to snip them a bit so that will be I mean, not that they're going to be visible anyway, because they're going to be under the lining. Do I need to put some on the bottom? Nah, doesn't need it really, does it? Right, so I'm going to make my other one now and show you how I did it. So, first off, this one obviously is going to go this way, so I'm going to have this one in here. I might need to trim a tiny bit off that edge. So I think, yeah. Let me trim this first before I forget. And then I might need to just sewer it. How much are we taking off? Not that much. Ish. I'm redoing that corner. Is that better? Does that fit better? I hope so. It does. Hooray. Do I want to do the top and bottom corner on there as well? Oh, I'm doing those ones, I'm going to do those ones, aren't I? But that square corner just doesn't sit right with me. Am I muttering? Oops, no lost it then. Yeah, that looks better. And that will open like so. And this could be a pocket there. Glue your pocket down, Carl. Oh no, I'm gonna line this. Don't glue your pocket down yet. Right. I was showing you how I made my pocket. So it's gonna open this way. So do you want your paper this way or this way? I think this way. Because I can lose a bit of that. And then we've got a bit of foiling down this edge. So I did, and I'm going to try to be a bit more delicate with this one so it doesn't crack. That's the plan. A 1/2 inch. I did do a 3/4 inch crease first, but then the page was too wide, so I just made this a little bigger. And then this pocket is 1 1/4, if I have remembered correctly. And then we're going to take off this bit here, where your pocket and your fold for your flap intersect. So that is just shy of the crease, which is good. It's what we want. Because then your fold won't be hindered. And then we're going to have to glue another one of these on just to make it match. We can trim it up properly after. Inky ink. I just considered then for a moment having the text visible, but we didn't do it on the other one, so that wouldn't work. It wouldn't work for me. Hello, come on. I feel like this one might actually be a tiny bit narrower than the other side, but we won't lose a sleep over that. It shall hopefully not be noticeable. Don't want to cut the bottom of the pocket. There. Oh, corners. Turn it around, Carla. Oh. I'm just gonna trim these. Yep, just some ink around the edges. I am just inking a good bit into the flap just because I'm going to line it with book page again. Don't need to do that because it's going to have a pocket over it. Right. So I'll show you a little bit of me lining some of this, but then I will go off camera and finish it, because who needs to see me lining all of these flaps in book page? It's not going to be fun or interesting. I'm going to put those in my scrap drawer in case I need them, because it's book page and I just don't like throwing bits of book page away. Let me clean up my mess, or a bit of it anyway. Right, so I need to glue these flaps on first. Right, I'm going to line these bits of the flaps and then stick them on. And then I can line these pages. I can't line these two until I've got these stuck on to cover the... Or am I bothered about them being shown? No, I do want to cover them. It's going to look better. Right. What size do I need this? Right, do you know what? I'm going to go and cut these pieces and I'll be back. I'll be back. I might have got a little bit carried away. I had intended to come back and stick a couple of these down with you, but like I said, I got carried away. Small boo-boo. I didn't trim this down for it to fit properly within this fold. I didn't realise till I'd covered this and was getting ready to fold it back up. So I just trimmed it down, redid the corners, but now there isn't a gap on that edge, but we move. I've got my little pockets in, got my flaps. So I'm going to do a little bit of decorating and a quick closure. I'm not going to do a whole lot because, and I've also decided, I know I was intending to fold it this way and like this, but I've decided I'm going to fold these in, and then I'm going to fold it like this, because how cool is this? Right, so you've got that there, and then you fold it, and you've got your flap here, and then you've got your flap here, and then, ta! I love it. I think it looks great. So, I am just going to put something here. I have considered perhaps a little scrappy notebook for in here. That could be an idea, because I could even sew it in. So I've cut out a couple of people. They were on postcards. So I cut them out off camera because I don't like cutting things out of postcards. They're just a bit thick and they're not the easiest thing to cut, let's say. I considered taking out these little bits here, but we're going with it. So she's going on that page, she's going on that page. How beautiful is this? I love this one. I have pulled out, so earlier in the week I ordered some new stamps from Crafted by Tony. What have I done with them? I ordered these, which is I don't know what the set's called. This one doesn't have a name in it, but it's identification cards, and like all these stamps fit in these boxes and stuff. Like, it's fab. And then I ordered this one. This is one of the new ones. This is Notes, called Notes, and there's all these wonderful things on it. I haven't used this one. Have I used this one at all? I don't think I've used this one at all yet. This one I've used quite a bit. So this one's called Insecta Labels. This is one of her new release. So I stamped a load of labels. When I say a load, I have this tub was empty. This, and I still have more to cut out. On the same day these were delivered, I also had a pack of matte photo paper delivered, because Crafted by Tony tells me that photo paper is the bomb for stamping your labels onto. And obviously she's the expert, so I'm going to listen. So I've spent almost 2 days stamping and cutting out labels. Actually, my 10-year-old did some of the stamping on the labels. So I'd stamped out all of the label shapes. The red ones, I mean, that's not a great looking one, is it? But they're just so pretty. I mean, the wonderful quality stamps. I mean, like, these little flowers are from a different stamp set. The vintage is from a different stamp set. I have pulled some bits from other stamp sets, but look at the catalogued. I don't think you can quite grasp how nicely that is stamped. There's all sorts. I mean, look at this little field notes. How clear it is for how small it is. I mean, this little stamp is literally it's 2 centimeters long. So the actual words is like 1.5 by about 3-4 millimeters. And just look how clear it is. It's amazing. So I've pulled out a few to go with this. So she will stick out a little bit over there, but the flap hides her anyway. And I was thinking, oh, not upside down. So we've got the numbers poking out over her shoulder. Vintage over here. And then I think I tucked this one here. And I think that just looks nice. So we're going to go with it. So what I'm going to do is glue down here. And maybe just down the centre of her head. So that we can tuck things under her. I'm going to leave that bit and glue that bit after. So I need to make sure she's not poking out from that side. Morning, bud. My son's just surfaced. Almost 11. Not bad for a 16-year-old. Do I want to ink around these? Just with the residue of what's on my dauber. Oh, hello, hair. Whoa. This would probably be easier if I used my tweezers. Sorry, miss, just got glue on your head. About there. I don't want glue in your hair. Right, and then I'm gonna leave. Oh, do I want to ink around it? That's the sander. I just used my sander around the edges of my people because it just looked a bit rough around the edges when I'd cut it out. Right, so if I put my tweezers there and don't glue right up to them. Okay. And then out there. And then if I just go under, stick the bits down that I hadn't stuck down, spin this around so I can reattach her head. There. And that's really cute. And then that's going to go there, that's going to go there. I'm thinking Velcro dot to keep it fastened, but we'll add that on in a minute. So what do we want? So let's look at what we've got there. We don't want the same, which makes me a little bit sad because I love the vintage. Do we want, no, we don't want a mushroom. Maybe this one. Yes, I like that. That goes nicely with her red dress. Nice flower. And then maybe I was thinking about a number one. I don't think field notes is appropriate for. If we're doing that, do we need to bring this a bit more? Thinking a bit more like that. So it's more above her than tucked in right behind her like the other one. Do we like that? I think I like that. And that means I can also glue those together before. And then we'll just, like so. Something like that. And that as a little cluster. And go about there. Okay. I had to think where I had it then. I remembered that it's satin with the bee. And then that's going to go about there. Yep. I love that I didn't use the tweezers for the small items I was gluing. But for this little, this big item that I could absolutely hold with my fingers. Yeah, for that one we'll use tweezers. I don't make sense sometimes. Ooh. Right. I do like the idea of the Velcro dot to keep those closed. So let's stick this one down first. And on this one. And then the fluffy one. Ooh. Attach that there. Push that down. off me. Stick that one down. That's going to keep them nicely closed. We need something to go in here, so let's do something with a tag. I think that'll just fit nicely. Yep. So they need decorating. I feel like this is going to be a long old video today. Sorry guys. So, what can we do with those? Should we do some should we just stick some labels on them? Let's go with and what else? Recorded. Oh, green. Do we want some green? Swap the black out for a green. Got a good bit of green on this paper, haven't we? Now I know we say red and green seldom seen, but I'm thinking oh, that's how about, because that could go on its side, couldn't it? That there, that there. No, I don't feel like that works. That could work if we have, say, a circle. Maybe not that one. Butterfly. My goodness, I think I must have a bit of adhesive from the right, I'm not vibing with this. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to put some book page down? What if we just one, two, three, four. I need one more thing, don't I? This will need to come down a bit shorter again. That could then maybe take a number. Oops, that's not a number. Maybe have I got a green number? There's got to be a green number in here somewhere. That one, that's a green number. Do I like that? I think that one fits a bit better now. The book page obviously needs trimming down to fit. Right, I'm happier with that. Right, this one. Get another bit of... Another bit of book. Right. I like this. And I like this. We now need to make that work. I could, I suppose, swap out the green square for a red square. If we can find one. Oh, I don't know what that was, but it flew away. It's a brown square. Should I have kept these separate by colour? Possibly. Oh, I do like the green though. Does it go with the red though? Do I need something to break it up? That little date stamp came from the, what's the word I'm looking for? Came from the ID card set. And then what about just a little... Okay, don't hate it. And don't hate it is what we are going for. Right, I am going to put this together and figure out if I want to put something on here and what I want to put on the back page. I'll be back. Okay, I have finished my tags. So I have inked them up because I decided they were just too white. So I inked them with the same one that I've been using. It's the stamping pad from Stampin' Up in the colour Crumb Cake. I think that looks quite pretty. So that goes in this pocket. I added just some little round labels to these flaps. So we have our lady with a few labels. Maybe she could have done with a bit of colour underneath it, but my other label, again, inked them up just to knock down the brightness of the white a little. Another label. Other lady with labels. So that I'm going to fold it in. And that's going to fold that way. Now, I did pull out some bits of paper and I had decided just to stick some inked up, just plain old line paper on, but this paper's just so beautiful, I can't do it. I just can't do it to myself. So I'm gonna leave it for now, and then when I put it into a project, if I decide it needs something, I can absolutely do that. And then I've just taken a piece of chiffon. I want to call it chiffon. And I'm just going to tie a little bow. I have thought that perhaps this could have done with some little, what do you call them? Oh wow. My brain just completely lost the word, but you know, like make it a little boxier so that you could fit more in it because it's a little chunky. But yeah, there is my folio. So, happy Folio Friday, everybody. I hope you have a great day or weekend or week or just day. I hope you have a wonderful day. I seriously overcomplicate things sometimes. Have a great rest of your day, whatever you're doing. I hope you have fun. I hope you get creative. I hope this little video, it's going to be a long one, innit? I hope this video has inspired you to make something. It doesn't have to be one of these, but I hope it's inspired you to get making. And I hope you... Oh, shut up waffling, Carla. Just say bye. Bye, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.